Take pride, as Frederick Douglass said, in being builders of things that are bigger than yourselves. You see, Frederick Douglass said that it is far easier to grow a strong child than to repair a broken man. I submit to you, it is far easier to grow and build a strong city and community and nation than it is to repair a broken world. You are the cogs. You are the elements of democracy. Never, ever forget that. Let me leave you with a couple of last thoughts. Number one, all the stories that make a difference to me come from the classroom. Still, notwithstanding superintendent, still being the principal of 2 schools and still teaching in a classroom. 4, you ought to lead from the front, not from the rear or the top. You ought to live the life of those you say you believe in. That's where I draw my energy. So I told you about the story of this little boy who basically called me short. I'd like to leave you with a story from the field, from the impossible to the inevitable. Not that long ago, I remember inheriting a system that had many failing schools, where 90% of the children were not reading or computing at grade level, where poverty was incredibly high, 95%, 99% of the children living at or below the poverty level. Many eating their only meals in our school cafeterias. You know that journey. I know that journey. So this school was an F in one single year. Because of dramatic transformation, this school becomes an A. Incredible success. What do we as educators do when that miracle happens? We throw a party. We show up with a cartoon character, we show up with pizza, we show up with money. And that's what we did at Liberty City Elementary School. You see, Liberty City Elementary, a tiny little school of about 400 students, about a mile away from Biscayne Bay, always rated an F. This school becomes an A, and we show up, throw the kids and the faculty a party. And what I remember is going to a podium much like this one and congratulating the students and the faculty and the community. I remember telling them that Doki, a cartoon character from Discovery Channel, was there to celebrate with them. And they applauded, they were happy. Then I told them that I had a check, a financial reward check, for the school, about $13,000 for a very poor school, lots of money. They applauded a little louder. Finally, I told them that in recognition of their accomplishment, they were going to get a pizza lunch. They brought the house down. When I told them there would be pepperoni in the pizza, they went crazy. So the festivities are over, the kids are eating pizza, and if you have been to an elementary school on pizza day when the white shirt of their uniforms becomes an artistic expression, it is a fun day. So I'm walking up and down the aisles of the cafeteria, shaking hands with kids, for I believe in treating children through adult behavior. Shaking their hand, recognizing eye-to-eye contact, and expecting reciprocity. And every single child is smiling. They have tomato sauce on their ears, pepperoni in their hair, and they're shaking my hands. I come upon this one boy. I shake his hand, and instead of letting go, this boy actually holds on to my hand. Now, as an educator, as a father, you recognize that something special is happening. So I let his hand linger in mine a bit. And before I could say anything, he says to me, "I am so happy today." So I sat down next to him, and I asked him his name, and he said, "My name is AJ. AJ, why are you so happy today?" And AJ said to me, "Because I'm eating pizza." And then he quickly says, and the school year is almost over, I'm going to go to the beach. AJ tells me that he's a third grader who had been retained one time. So AJ is about 10 to 11 years old. And in my ignorance, because AJ lives in Liberty City, I ask him, Do you like the beach, AJ? AJ lowers his eyes and then looks back up at mine, and he says, I don't know, I've never been. You see, AJ is a child who was born in Liberty City. He grew up smelling the salty, balmy air that blows from the Atlantic across the bay into Liberty City. He lives on the shadow of the overpass, the highway that in a very fast way carries people from the airport to South Beach. He sees the billboards with sandy white beaches and people in bathing suits. He hears commercials about that dream-like place called the beach. But AJ has never been. I tell you the story of AJ because I will never forget AJ, nor should I. It is your collective responsibility to hoist upon your shoulders, the shoulders of opportunity, young boys and girls like AJ, who are looking for a solution. You see, in my world, there are no broken children. There are systems that break children's spirits. You shall be the healers. You shall allow AJ and children like him to be hoisted by you so they can see and recognize the horizon that stretches out far beyond what they see from the street corners where they're born and, unfortunately, where too often where they die. That is your collective responsibility. From the impossible to the inevitable, there is you. God bless you, God bless your determination, your choice of life, and God bless this great country because of you, its great people. Congratulations, today is your day.
Thank you, Dr. Carvalho. The degrees in course will now be conferred. Will all the candidates please rise?